welcome to another RF Customs video. Today we have Treadshot. Wait. This is the wrong one. Fuck you. Whoa. Sorry, I meant Treadshot. Hello, everyone. Hey, let me get Treadshot. I just threw him across the... threw him across the room. This is definitely much needed. So, I will keep him here over to the side. We have Treadshot Prime for Shattered Timeline Part 2 finally done and produced. Oh boy, I am so happy to have finally done this, put him together, and he's beautiful. Ignore the fact that these two bits don't tab in. I need to sand it down so that it does, but for the most part, he's 100% complete regardless. But Whoa. Let's just take a moment to take a look at him first, and then let's explain how and why this came together. So, Shattered Timeline Part 2, we'll see the progression of Treadshot into Treadshot Prime. You probably have already seen the sneak peek, including Mr. Joe Powell, Crosshairs Productions on the channel, as original Treadshot, Mr. Treadshot Man right here. This Treadshot is going to be me, and you will see him in Shattered Timeline Part 2 as he takes on the mantle of Treadshot Prime. Story behind that is going to be coming at a later date. I will explain as Shattered Timeline Part 2 comes out. Shattered Timeline Part 1 is almost completed filming, and voice lines are being worked on, so we should get it by the end of the year. So, hooray for that! But this is going to be him later down the track, and you will see this version of Treadshot in Part 2, and then from then on. And he will probably be a prominent character I use. Now, as you can see by the way that he's done, he has some minor changes from the Joe Powell version as well. Some minor changes of my own, and just some touches that I thought would be better. I really didn't try and base this one off of the original Treadshot. I actually based him more off of this one. If you look carefully, everything looks to be essentially the same. I tried to make the legs, I gotta flip this guy, I gotta hold this guy up because he's too tall. If you look at the leg portion of these, I tried to mirror them as much as possible, so the parts around there, and then giving him the silver on the legs is also meant to be here as well, as much as the knees as well. The difference being this one has yellow knees because these are from Sandstorm, and then I've also tried to mirror the little silver cresty piece that I've got there up here. So I wanted to make this Treadshot and this Treadshot look very, very, very similar, as much as I could get it. Now, we'll move Tread Boy out of the way, and we'll go into the figure itself. So I guess you can probably already tell this is based off of Crosshairs Productions. Shattered Glass Treadshot Prime from Ascension. It is very much based off of that with a few minor detail changes. So I didn't put in modeling putty for the eyes, as my Treadshot is a bit different to his. But I think it works fine for what it is. But as you can see, it still pertains most of the same prospect. So we have the arms, the thighs, and the knees are from Sandstorm, and then everything else from Springer, much like, and the head as well is from Sandstorm, as you can see. As this Sandstorm head does pertain a lot in common with Treadshot, it just looks more like a matured version instead. So everything is essentially the same as Joe's, except I've made some minor details. But I even did try and mirror that silver line, as we have on Mr. Tread here. He's got the silver line going all the way down here up until his grill piece, and then much the same with this guy. He's got it going up here along this side, and then also if you look down here, it follows all the way down here, and then even goes down up to here where everything ends. So, trying to mirror Treadshot original, the Treadshot original as much as possible. In the show, I've upgraded Shattered Timeline to a show. In the project, in the animation, He will have Sandstorm's blaster to mimic the blaster that he has. I'm also looking at getting a War Axe for him, much like Treadshot from Ascension, where he has that Corebot V Warsword. If I can get my hands on one, great. Otherwise, I'm trying to get my hands on a similar one. Again, much like with what I said to the Sentinel Prime, there is a lot of things going on in my life where I can't actually afford to get a lot of things right now. More on that later, in a later video. I'll go and explain once I give like a life update video or something, if I can be bothered to do that. But essentially, this is Treadshot, how he will appear. So instead of waffling on and just giving you the whole rundown, let's slap him into vehicle mode, shall we? Alrighty, and we have Treadshot into vehicle mode. Parts of him aren't tabbing together because it's a pain in the ass when you paint figures. Sometimes they don't tab together fully. I need to fix that, but on the whole, you could kind of see how it is. It is exactly the same as Crosshairs Productions. Well, more or less the same. He has the same aspect. So you got the black. The only difference that I've notably made is the differences that I've already explained in robot mode. But this isn't so that I can mirror a Treadshot figure, like the original Treadshot, which I'm putting up on the screen right now. It's not so that I can mirror that. It's so that I can mirror my own creation of Treadshot, which, if you give me 5 seconds, I will get him.
Later.
Yeah, so basically it is just to, it's supposed to be a model version of this. And you can see there's differences between this and this. And that's just for the contrast of the figures that I've used to make this one versus that I've made one figure out of that. But on the whole, he looks basically the exact same. So you've got the yellow lights here, got a silver grille, got the Decepticon symbol, the Shattered Glass Decepticon symbol there, and then everything from there. Like, he still has his silver spoiler at the back on both modes, and this tires are still silver. I tried to make it match as much as possible so that you can tell that this is going to be a prime version of this person. So I honestly think that both Treadshots have worked out really, really well. This one does need a bit of touching up. This one has had everything added to it. He's been coated black. He's been redone. The only parts that weren't coated black were the Sandstorm parts that didn't need to be painted. So everything was put to one side. I worked on everything slowly. There were progression pics up on Instagram. I'm very sorry if you missed those, but I would recommend going to check out the Instagram because you'll get more stuff that you won't get on the YouTube channel. I do actually post, not necessarily daily, but I do post quite frequently up on the Instagram. So please go and check that out if you want to see progression photos. You'll get my stories. You'll also get some interesting little bits out of it. Now, let's move on to the other this Treadshot, because it is the Springer Sandstorm mold. So you're going to probably ask, is it a triple changer? And the answer is, yes, it is the exact same one as Joe's. So let me work on that real quick, because it doesn't take too long to do that. So we just... It doesn't take too long to do this. Oh, fuck's sakes. And now with this Treadshot, I did have to take the head out slightly to be able to make it work, but it's just a part of it. I've made it so that the head's faceplate, it has no screw, so it holds together by itself because of the paint, but I can't figure out how to fix that. I'm nowhere near a genius on this stuff. I am literally an amateur on this, so please don't crucify me. If you do have a way to fix the clearance that happens when you do that, I would love to hear about it. So if you could do that, once I've done this, basically it's the exact same one as Joe's. I've made it the exact same. The only modeling difference is, oh, for fuck. Right. There we go. There we have Treadshot Prime VTOL mode. VTOL mode. There was no... Oh, hang on, let me flip the landing gear out. Jesus Christ, I'm a dumbass. There was never gonna be... Like what Joe said when he did his custom video of this, there is never gonna be a it's very hard to make a convincing VTOL mode triple changer with two figures that share the same engineering but not the same parts. So this is the exact same one that Joe's got in Ascension, and this will be used throughout throughout the campaign. There are scenes that I've already written where it does call for Treadshot to use a VTOL mode, the VTOL mode, which I'm really excited for to have that in action and have that used. But this is Treadshot Prime in a nutshell. There's not much else I can say about it, so I'll cut back to robot mode and we'll get this video ended. And there we have it. This is the end of the video of the custom Treadshot Prime. Like I said in the beginning, I'm very, very happy with how this guy came out. I can't say that I can complain. It's just beautiful and it really looks well. And getting my hands on a Sandstorm and a Springer this day and age, oh god, painful. So I want to shout out to a friend of mine, Optimal, for getting me these two figures because they were a pain in the ass to get a hold of, and he did so much work to make it so I could get two of each. So I have have a Sandstorm and Springer on the shelf just for in general, and then I had two of them for this. So very, very happy about that. So big shout out to him. Big shout out to Crosshairs Productions as well, because he's half the reason. He is. I mean, yeah, technically he's half the reason this exists. He is the reason that Treadshot exists in my mind, and the reason that Shadow Timeline will have Treadshot. So I look forward to having him voice Treadshot. I look forward to everybody being able to see that. So everybody have a good day, and I'll chat to you all later.